Hello, my name is Lizzie, and I am excited that you're here. We're all excited that you're here. We're glad that you've gone through your phone interview, and this is something we wanted to share with you before you schedule the next step, which is the Zoom interview with me. So we are always happy and excited to add the right and best people to our team. Our team is growing. We've got some growth goals for 2023, so we are excited to have you apply and to go further in this process. So why am I making this video though? First off, if you go farther in the process, you will find out really quickly I can be long-winded. I like to talk to people. I like to get to know you. I like to figure out who you are. That makes me and my schedule that I try to keep everyone to, and your schedule. I mean, you've got other things to do besides, chat and an interview. So it has a challenge. I have a challenge keeping them in that small space. So I figured I would shoot a video here and go through all of the frequently asked questions that we tend to find about a position here at Lebanon Cleaning Crew, and then some things that I really feel that you need to know before making the decision whether this is the right fit for you. We definitely want to find the right people for us, but we want this to be the right job for you as well. So hopefully this video gives you some information and kind of helps you figure some of that out. Now, I'm sure you have lots of questions, and I'm sure this video won't cover all of them. So I always encourage you, if whatever you don't want to know more about or don't find out, write them down, bring them to the next step. So, all right, what this video is going to cover. So I'm going to go over a couple things in this video. I'm going to go over our core values here at Lebanon Cleaning Crew, what matters to us and the people on our team. I'm going to go over a day in the life of a cleaning professional specific to your role that you're interviewing for here. Now, this video, we've divided up either in residential or commercial by this point. You may apply to both. In this particular video, I am going to cover the commercial. So if by chance you're applying or you're qualifying for both, just keep in mind this is going to be information applicable to the commercial team, which is our evening team. I'm going to go over the compensation because so many people are coming to the in-person interview or the Zoom interview and not knowing what they get to the end and they were like, yes, I want to work. And we hadn't even talked about compensation. And so I want to get that out there and chat about that so that you know, and as well as some of the perks and benefits. Those change quite frequently, but I'll show you what we've got going on right now. Then I'm going to share a couple screen shares of what other people have said because they felt like we needed to throw that in the video, and I do too. And then we're going to go over what we are looking for, our expectations for you if hired on, and if you decide that this is the right fit and you want to pursue it farther, what to do from this interview. So that's what we're going to cover in this. I'm going to try to talk fast, but feel free to put it on double speed or anything like that if you need to. All right, so our core values. These are our 5 core values that we have at Lebanon Cleaning Crew. The first 3, hard work, competence, and consistency, are something that we really feel shows in the work that we do, the actual physical work that we're doing. And so those are actually even printed on the back of all of our company t-shirts. So hard work, competence, and consistency, what each one matters. We on the team are a wide variety of personalities, a wide variety of backgrounds, but these core values are things that tend to kind of unify us as a group and have made our team and environment really successful. So showing up to work hard, give it your all. Having competence, that comes a lot on our end, is making sure that you get the correct training. I cannot tell you how many people have come here to work here who have poor experiences with training where someone just throws you out in the middle of nowhere. So we want to make sure you're competent for the assignment given. So we give training there so that you are equipped to go out there and handle the workload that you have. Consistency is huge. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Being able to deliver high quality, consistent services by showing up on time, showing up regularly, and doing the same consistent quality job. Communication is huge. Now, we have introverts and extroverts on the team, both, but communicate, regardless of whether you're introvert or an extrovert. Sometimes those introverts, we have to dig out a little bit more, but that communication to make sure everybody's on the same page, and it really helps things run smoothly. So communication is huge between our techs, our office, our leadership, and our clients, having those communication channels defined. And last but not least, people over profit. So this has a lot to do with the type of people that we bring in. As a company here, obviously that doesn't mean we don't care about profit. We definitely care about profit. We cannot provide great long-lasting jobs for everybody if we do not have a profitable company. We go under. So profit matters, but every once in a while something's going to come up where you have to choose. Are you going there is no way to get both. Are we going to maintain profit on this assignment, or are we going to put people first? And in this situation, we are people first. And so as a company, as a team, we will put people first. I guess it could be people first, but it's always been people over profit. One of the main ways that we do this as a company is partnering with Cleaning for a Reason. It is a nonprofit where we actually donate cleanings to cancer patients in our area, people who are battling cancer and going through things. We do free house cleaning for them. Now, again, you're applying for a commercial position, which is an evening one, which means most likely you will not be on site for one of these cleanings. However, when things run smoothly for the commercial, they help us be profitable so that we can give back to a lot of these nonprofits and a lot of these opportunities here. So it is definitely a company-wide venture that we have here. And it's something that we're really proud of. So those are our core values here. They're really important and resonate a lot with us, and we like to show them in our day-to-day. Okay, day in the life. So we're going to talk about your schedule. So the commercial cleaning schedule is an evening shift. Generally, the availability that you have on your application is kind of multiple choice. So we'll talk about that even more in depth. We'll kind of go over that in the next step, in the next interview on Zoom. But typically it's multiple choice, and it starts anywhere between 5 and 6. Sometimes it can be a little bit later. Again, we could talk about that. And then goes for our part-timers, usually kind of up to the midnight-ish range. Sometimes there's a lot of variables in there. For our full-timers, that can go, on average, it's between 2 and 3, but occasionally up to 4 a.m., just depending on the night and the workload and the route. But it's an evening schedule. The schedule is also primarily solo. So while occasionally we will work in teams and training is in a team, we train each person to clean primarily solo. So it's a great job. I know when I was working in that capacity, I was a mom to 2 littles, and it was like, it's still probably one of my favorite roles in the company, because you just get to go and get to have the pride of getting the job and the done and the before and after feeling great, but you can kind of clear your mind. Once you get to level 1, you can put an earbud in and listen to an audiobook or music, or, I mean, for me, it was audiobooks and podcasts, but some of our team is music. It is a nice schedule in the evening that's kind of solo on your own. Then the workload. So the workload is it's janitorial. So you're talking about cleaning here. You're talking about cleaning kitchens, cleaning bathrooms, emptying trash, dusting, vacuuming, mopping, things like that. The workload's going to vary quite a bit, because one of the things that is really important to us is working with schedules. So we're going to kind of build a schedule for a great applicant, which is really who we try to bring on, and for a great person who meets our core values and really thinks, we're going to try to work on a schedule with you. So the workload's going to depend on, are you applying for part-time or are you applying for full-time? The workload itself is it is a physically demanding job. Regularly, people underestimate that. And a lot of it has to do with, you're going to be using different muscles that you're maybe not accustomed to using as much as you normally do. Maybe you're used to cleaning at your house or something like that. And this is going to be at a faster pace, and it's going to be for a longer extended time. So I never really have anyone the first week who doesn't end up a little bit sore, because they are using muscles that they're not used to. That being said, long term, it's a really great it's really great for your body. It's really great physical job. I have one of our team leads who works here for just the purpose of staying active and getting out of the house and having something else to do. She says she says it's her gym membership that pays her to show up. So definitely expect some physical activity. Lifting isn't going to be too much, but it is a commercial job. And occasionally, especially towards the end of the year, they may fill those large trash cans with something that is heavier. And some things to think about is worst case scenario physically that we've experienced here is when you've got some of those heavier bags and you're having to lift them up and get them into a dumpster. So that's about the max that would be expected physically. And that is not a normal thing, but it is something that you need to be prepared for. Technology, last thing. So we are a tech forward company. We love technology. Now, it can glitch, it can have problems, and it can make our day frustrating sometimes. But in general, we love technology. We love the way it helps us achieve things, the way it helps keeps everything running smoothly. It just keeps things orderly and nice and allows us to accomplish quite a bit more. Not most people on our team tend to be kind of tech savvy. We use a lot of apps, either free or company paid for apps. But not everybody on our team is tech savvy. So if you are not tech savvy, just know that that is going to be part of the job, and it is something that's required, is to be able to use the tech. Otherwise, you can't work with our systems at all. So now we've got ones in all age groups who didn't have an email when they started here, and they were able to learn and adapt to it. So just if you're not tech savvy, just know that that is going to be something you're going to have to learn and work on here. Otherwise, a lot of people who come to work here love that we are using technology. Again, they've come from places who could have been run more efficiently had the company been more forward on that. And we like to try to be as forward as possible. Okay, day in the life. This is the uniform that people wear. We have company t-shirts. Everybody on the team wears the cleaning apron. It's like our tool belt. And then we wear those with jeans or jeggings and tennis shoes, safe shoes to go with. So this is the uniform. Okay, what others say? I'm just going to leave this here. I guess I should probably move this little thing that I can't figure out how to get rid of. Sorry about these. I can't get rid of them. I'm sure it's really easy. If I knew technology a little better, I'm sure that I could do it. But anyway, so these are some of our people. The next two screens, I'm going to tell you where I got them from. Every time someone leaves our company for whatever reason, whether they've been with us since they're going through school and they've graduated, whether it is someone who's unfortunately had to be terminated, whether it's someone who has quit or left, for any reason, they all fill out a survey at the end. And so these are just our most recent surveys. I didn't go through and cherry pick. I just screenshotted the 5 or 6 most recent ones and threw them up here right before filming this video. So if I ever go and edit this video, I'm sure they'll be different because I'll screen share the new ones. So here's what some other people say. Of course, I touched this. Let me get back to here. And this is screenshot number 2 of 3. What other people have said. In general, we have really high satisfaction when we hire the right people for our team. Now, if you're someone who doesn't match our team culture, it's not going to be a good fit for you. And that's one of the reasons I want to be really forward about who we are, so that you can see if this is where you think that you can thrive. Normally people who come here have been looking for an environment like the environment that we have here and are proud of, and we're going to work hard to keep it here. So here's screen 2 and screen 3. All right, so now we're going to go pay and compensation. So you are on the commercial team. We have 6 different tiers, starting at the top with training, and then we have a rookie or a probationary phase. Training consists of 9 one-to-one lessons. How fast you get through that depends on what kind of schedule you have. If you're super part-time, it's going to take longer to get through. If you're coming on wanting full-time hours, you're going to be able to get through that quicker. So going through the training one-on-one with the trainer is the training phase. The next phase is rookie. That means you've completed training, but you haven't quite met the measurement standards. So we measure off of 2 things. We measure off of quality and we measure off of timing. And so, in the interview or an orientation, we'll go into those measurements a little bit farther. But we have the standards and they have to be met and stay and maintained for at least 2 weeks consistently to go from rookie to level 1 cleaning tech. Level 1 cleaning tech has, those are the pay rates there. Then we also have level 2, we have a trainer, and we have a field manager. So there is progression within this company. There is definitely opportunities to grow and progress. This is the way that you do it, and this is what our current pay rates are. And we pay mileage as well. So we pay mileage between the jobs. You'll be from your first job through your route into your last job. That will be on the clock, and you're also going to get reimbursed for mileage. Your commute from home to work and your commute from your last job back to home is going to be like you were driving to work and you're driving home from work. So that's your time. But once you start working and you're on the clock and you're doing your route, that's our time. That's company time. Okay, some extra perks and benefits. We have something really cool this year. We have an employee savings plan. So this is a small business version of maybe like a 401k or some of the perks from there. But we've just rolled this out for 2023. 2023 is a guinea pig year for that. We're going to see how it goes. So far, everyone is super excited and we've got everyone on it. But it's where $10 a week is auto withdrawn from your check. And if you are able to keep that in your account for the whole year, then we will match that 100% at the end of the year. So that means you could, at the end of the year, when I feel like in our experience, people tend to be struggling the most right around December, right around before or after Christmas, depending on how payroll falls, when a lot of people whose spouses are out of work or who work in a different line are low on work. It's just a time that tends to be harder economically. So you would get, if you worked with us for the whole year, depending on how the payroll falls, anywhere between, you would have saved yourself about $490 to $520, and at $10 a week, it's not even, you don't really feel it that much. So that's going to pull aside, and then we're going to match that. So you're going to get anywhere from, of course, I'm on video when I do math. It's like right around $1,000 at the end of the year, half that you've saved and half that we've matched as a company. This is a big deal to us. We're really excited about that from our team. This is one of the things that our team has struggled with. Ever having an emergency fund or a savings account has been something that across the board, when we talk to our team, this was something that they struggled with. And really one of their main goals is they wanted to be able to have this account. So this is a way, as a company, we can support our team to achieve those goals. AAA membership. So as soon as someone becomes a level 1, we pay for that individual to have a AAA membership that's company paid. That gets you up to 4 roadside assistance per year. So, and towing up to 100 miles. So that's really nice when you lock your key out of the car, your battery dies, you slide off the road, something like that. They're really nice to have available to you. You have the option of adding a spouse or something, but that is paid by you. I think it's $35. I'm not sure. AFLAC at 90 days, or level. So in order to qualify for AFLAC, you have to be level 1 and you have to be here for at least level 90 days. Now, this is not company paid. This is something that we provide to our employees, the availability. And because we have the team that we do and multiple people, it's at a reduced cost. So there's a lot of different options. When you get there, you'll meet one-on-one with a rep, and they'll go over your circumstances, your life, and what you're needing and looking for. Okay, so that's all about us. Now it comes down to what we expect from you. If you've got to this point and you're thinking through the information, you at least haven't left by this point. So that's good. At least you're thinking maybe this is a great environment opportunity for you. We hope it is. What we expect back from you, though, is to embrace and act in harmony with all of Lebanon Cleaning Crew's core values. So we went over those at the beginning. Those are not something just that we put on paper. They're not something that's just like, oh, look, here's our core values and it's in a handbook and you never think about it again. Those are actually something that we act out and act in harmony with. So it's something that we expect everyone on our team to support and match those values as well. Leadership mentality. Now, Your application asks if you consider yourself a leader. There is no right or wrong answer to this. We have ones on the team who are leaders. We have ones on the team who are not leaders. And that's okay for both. So we're not necessarily talking about coming in and being bossy or leading everyone in here. But what we are talking about is our team is trained to be competent and capable to be able to deliver those results without having someone standing over them micromanaging. And I do not want to micromanage anybody on the team. Your team leads, your field managers do not want to micromanage anyone. So if you are looking for someone to be immediately over your shoulder after training, that is just not going to happen. And so you need to be able to have a leadership and a owner's taking ownership of your assignment or your responsibility at that time is something that is really going to be essential to thriving on our team here. Again, you don't have to be a leader. You can be. We've got some great leaders on the team, but you don't have to be. You don't have to be a leader. You don't have to want a leadership role to have the leadership and ownership mentality of the assignment or task that you have been assigned to. And last but not least, we are a small business. We're a small local business. Our team currently ranges 11 to 13-ish. We'd like to grow by the end of 2023. We'd like to be closer to that 18 team size. But we're a small business here in Lebanon. We are not Walmart. We're not one of the many factories. Although we work with many of the factories, we are not one of those. So in order for Lebanon Cleaning Crew to thrive, we really need support from everybody. That includes our clients who are wonderful to us. It includes the community, but it also includes our team. So make sure you're following, like and follow our social media. Share stuff about it. If we put out a post or something, support. Come to this with a mindset of this is a small business. It is a different environment than maybe working for a large company. And it's just a whole different arena. So come to that to support the small business that you are a part of. So those are what we're going to expect from you. So again, if you make it here and you're like, this is exactly what I've been looking for, this is the job I want, then what you're going to do from here is schedule a Zoom interview or call with me. That is going to be in another link, probably in the same email that you have this video in. Obviously, I'm filming the video, so I'm not 100% sure, but it's probably in the same email or a further email. So obviously, I did all the talking here. It's a video. But the main reason, like I said, is so that I could get some of this stuff out of the way and you could get the information. Now it's your turn. Now I want to hear from you. I want to hear about you, what matters to you, what you love to do, your interest, why you're looking to work for a Lebanon Cleaning Crew. So at that interview, come with any questions, any concerns, any thoughts, any things you need to work through. Maybe you want to apply for the evening shift, but you don't have a babysitter or your spouse doesn't come home till 7, 8 o'clock p.m. and you're like, I can't be available by 5 or 6. Come with those questions. We can talk them over and see what we've got. For your interview, plan to be somewhere without distraction. So if at all possible, I know a lot of people working for us are parents and got a lot going on. You're busy, but try to find an area that you can kind of separate yourself back off in and be able to focus on the interview. I'm going to do my best to try to keep it scheduled to a time frame to about 30 minutes or less, depending on, we haven't actually done, I'm filming the video for the first time here, so I haven't actually done interviews with this video, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to try to keep it scheduled. Come with the questions. We're going to talk about you. We want to talk about what's important to you and go from there. Join with your camera on. So I know sometimes that's awkward for people, especially if you haven't really Zoomed much, but it's also really awkward to talk to a blank black screen or a black screen with just the name on it. So come with your camera on so that we can actually kind of get to meet each other and get to know each other. This is kind of a digital form of your in-person interview. It's just it's just convenient. You don't have to come into town. We can do it from whether I'm at the office or whether I'm working from home that day. We can do it from anywhere. So it's convenient, but it is the digital technology issue of your in-person interview. And if you have never used Zoom before, we do have occasionally people who haven't. You might pop over to YouTube just to watch a quick YouTube tutorial, just to make sure that you know what you're doing. If you're going to use your phone, you may have to download a free app. to be able to do that. So go ahead and look that over if you've never used Zoom so that you're able to show up on time for your scheduled meeting. Now, you got to pick the time. You got to schedule it with that link that I think is below somewhere to schedule that interview. You got to pick the time that's convenient for you, but make sure you show up at that time. Looking forward to chatting with you, looking forward to learning about you, looking forward to add more great people to our team. Schedule that meeting and we will chat more.